Some horses come into your life for decades. Some only stay for a season. But somehow, they leave hoof prints just as deep. Beauty was only here for a year. Just 1 year. And somehow she rooted herself into every corner of my heart as though she had always belonged there. She came to us advertised as a lesson horse, a study horse, a horse children could ride. But horses do not always get to tell the truth people sell about them. Beauty was a Percheron quarter horse mare, somewhere between 15 and 20 years old. Big-bodied, soft eye, nervous in the quietest of ways. She was always there in the backgrounds of these videos, in the corner of the barn, in the back field of the pasture. And for the last year, she was just always there. When she arrived, something felt heavy about her, not in body, but in spirit. She ate constantly, as though trying to fill something that had been empty for a very long time. Grain, hay, treats, anything offered with kindness. There was a sadness in a way she held herself, a hesitation in her trust. Like somewhere along the line, humans taught her that love often came with pain. But while she was here, she loved to be brushed. Not the rushed kind of brushing done to prepare a horse for work, but the slow kind. The kind that asks for nothing in return. I think she spent much of her life just surviving people. I only rode her twice. One student rode her once. That was all it took to know something just wasn't right. So we stopped asking things of her. No more lessons, no more expectations, no more pretending she was comfortable when she wasn't. And in March, the truth finally began to unfold. Her back hurt. Her neck hurt. Her body had been carrying pain far longer than anyone realized. She was so stoic that no one even knew. Suddenly, all the pieces of her began to make sense. The anxiety, the tension, the way she startled so easily, the guardedness behind her eyes. Pain changes a soul, especially the kind of pain that goes unseen for years. And now, when I think about the child jumping her before she came to us, it makes my chest ache. This is the only thing she wanted, a full belly and to be brushed for hours. She didn't want any sort of hard work. She was always reluctant when we asked her to go forward, move out, let's go. It was constantly met with a no, but she did it often anyways, because that's how good of a horse she was. Because she was never difficult. Sure, she startled easily. Sure, she spooked and snorted, but she was never bad, and she was always willing to work through it. But she was really hurting. But even through all of it, Beauty remained gentle. She loved children with a softness that felt almost sacred. She loved treats, loved scratches, loved quiet affection. And every once in a while, beneath the worry and exhaustion, her silly side would appear. I think that's the hardest part, knowing there was so much goodness inside of her. There was so much potential. Like tiny glimpses of a horse she might have been if life had been kinder to her, if her body hadn't failed. Knowing there was so much goodness inside her, buried underneath years of pain and survival. But for the short time she was here, she no longer had to earn the rest. She didn't have to work to deserve love anymore. She was loved simply because she existed. When we finally understood how much she was suffering, we made the decision every horse owner dreads, to let her go. Not because she was inconvenient, not because she was useless, but because love sometimes means carrying heartbreak so they no longer have to carry the pain. People say better a day too soon than a day too late, and they are right. But no one talks about how impossible it feels when the day actually arrives. We had made our plans. We thought we had more time, but Beauty chose her own ending. One morning she went down, too tired to keep holding herself up, too sore to keep fighting her body anymore. And in that moment, there was only one final kindness left to give. Phoenix called out to her, and Beauty answered, a small whinny, soft, fragile, final. I think part of me broke hearing it, as though they both understood something I wasn't ready to accept yet. I keep wishing we had more time, more summers, more quiet mornings, more chances to watch her finally learn what safety felt like. But maybe she didn't come here for years. Maybe she came here for peace, for soft hands, for full feed buckets, for kisses on her face, for someone to finally listen to her when she said she hurt. I still feel her here, in the barn, in the silence after chores, in Phoenix calling out into the field. And though losing her has hollowed something inside me, I would choose this heartbreak again, if it meant she never had to suffer alone. Because in the end, Beauty was not abandoned to pain. She left this world loved, deeply loved. Run free, Beauty. You were always the best girl.